everybody. Welcome to our webinar, our fifth webinar, digital transformation in food industry sector in Bulgaria, simplifying the control over the cost and income for successful business with the product of Zucchetti, production, Horeca and retail. Actually, I said everything. We are here today with Zucchetti Bulgaria, our member. I welcome Yasen Tanev, country manager of Zucchetti Bulgaria, and Svetan Kazakov from Zucchetti Bulgaria as well. Before giving the floor to them, I just want to welcome all of you there who joined today the webinar, and remind everybody that the webinar is broadcasted, and the registration of the webinar itself will be available on our YouTube channel and Vimeo channel of the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Bulgaria. This webinar is part of a series of 8 webinars organized and promoted by us for June 2020 with our members and partners. We started on the 3rd, and we are going on the 3rd of June, and we are going to close with our partner United Bulgarian Bank, OBB, on 23rd of June 2020. Moreover, let me just underline as well that business partners are for us absolutely the important part of our business, of our activity actually. Apart from being shareholders of the association, they are active subjects, entrepreneurial subjects, working in Bulgaria and in Italy, in our both countries, in our both markets. Bilaterally, bilateral purposes are now today reached because of Zucchetti. Zucchetti, everybody knows, it is leading group in ITC sector. It's an Italian company, leading group in ITC sector in Italy, and mainly is spread all around the world. But I'm not to waste the time, and I'm really glad to present Yasen Tanev, country manager. I just want to give the floor to him just to start our meeting, our virtual meeting today. I hope you are going to enjoy. And I'm glad as well to have Svetan Kazakov today with us to introduce as well. He's as well an Italian speaker. So absolutely, bilateral purposes are today reached out for me because of Zucchetti and because of the languages and because of your presence and participation. I thank you restaurants present here. I thank you the institutions. I thank you the financial institution who join us today, and all our partners interest in digital transformation with Zucchetti Bulgaria. So thank you so much, and enjoy our walk. Please, Yasen, buongiorno.
Hello, buongiorno, dobar dan, all the kind of languages. Bună seara, if you're going to talk also in Romanian. So really happy to be a member of the chamber, and excited to have the floor, because having the people to talk around, it's something that we're more and more respecting, keeping in mind that we've been not so connected as we are usually doing. And I'm happy to be here. What we would like to share with you is experience. Yes, so we're going to say who we are, how we gain the experience, but my general idea is that we need to bring you a value by delivering the know-how, what we know, because we've been there, or we are running for the last few years in this direction of digital transformation. And if you don't mind, I will fade a little bit out, and I will share my screen, because we need to provide you with information. Probably some words from Svetan in Italian to say hello to the Italian members on Italian language, and I will share the presentation in this period of time. Svetan, you can say.
Здравейте всички, buongiorno a tutti. Аз ще помагам или ще превеждам, ако се налага, на Ясен на италиански, или ще се справиш изцяло?
Okay, I will try to get in English. You can ask your questions in any language. If we are not able to understand you, you're going to use the Google Translate.
Ясен, може би междувременно всеки, който има някакви въпроси, може спокойно да ги пише и в чата, така след това ще можем да отговорим на всички.
Rosa, we can use the chat and the QA session
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to let you conclude. I mean, your presentation. I mean, your initial welcoming greetings. Absolutely, all the participants can enjoy the chat for discussing and interacting with the panelists, as well as the Q&A session. Moreover, to specific questions regarding the topic of today. So, thank you so much, Svetan, for reminding me.
Thank you, and we are moving forward live on the main topic. The digital transformation food industry in Bulgaria, because we are talking for Bulgaria, but all the things that we're going to share there valid worldwide. So I believe that what is coming, it's coming everywhere, because when it's digital, it's really connected and it's not on a single country, place or time. What I'm going to say for our agenda, we're going to talk shortly about the company overview, about what is hot trending. We're going to talk about the products and more like a niches that digital transformation is bringing without focusing on a product by itself, but more like the solution. And then we're going to share with you a little bit about where our solutions are working, so you can probably recognize the business models that can be directly useful for you. Shortly, who is Zucchetti Group and who we are. If you're Italian, then you definitely know who is Zucchetti, and we're proud to say that we're part of the Zucchetti Group. It's done and managed by the Zucchetti family. We are more than 5,000 employees. 1,500 from us are into the R&D sector. We have more than 400,000 clients. It's not installations. And we have only in Italy 1,150 partners only in Italy. That means that we're everywhere in Italy. And in worldwide, we are in 350 partners, which we are covering the world. The next slide that I would like to share with you, it's not a COVID-19 infection zone, it's where Zucchetti exists. So we are really everywhere. And if you're going to provide a good solution, you should understand the local business, you should speak the local language, and you should be next to your partners to provide it. And in this moment, when the peoples are moving, the capitals are moving, and the technology should be on your side, it's really good that when it's the best place to do your business, then it's really good that you can find somebody that you can rely on it. I will switch fast to the next slide, because my idea is really to talk to you about what is hot, what is important, what is trending, and then you to be able to use the time that we're spending together, so you can ask your questions, so you can fine tune the answers. So what is hot and trending now in Bulgaria? You know that the VAT is changed from 20 to 9%. It's from the 1st of July. It's for everybody who is selling produced food into the restaurants or locations which are registered on the regulation by the tourism. So if you're producing food and you're selling in such kind of trading location, it's not necessary to be only to restaurant, but to be certified on a specific terms, you can benefit from the 9% VAT. When you get from 20 to 9% VAT, you should also increase some of the salaries of your people. The minimum levels are changed. And you should be very careful on the income and expenses, because if you get on minus with the VAT, the tax authorities are going to come and check your business very, very carefully. So the VAT is fantastic. Use it carefully to maximize the margin, but control the things, because you can really get visits and they can check what is it. If anybody knows what is the article age 18, if you're working in Bulgaria, if you're getting payments in cash or with a credit card, if you have an e-commerce business, then you know it. The good things, it's not going to get started from the 1st of August. Yesterday was my last visit in tax authorities. It's going to be postponed, and the earliest date that probably can be applied is the beginning of the next year. The possible date, which is a political agreement, is to be on the end of March. But if you're having a serious business, prepare yourself to get fiscal ready with the new regulation somewhere in the end of December, because you don't want to spoil your holiday vacations, and you also don't want to spoil the time when you can get a good business around the Christmas by updating your systems. We're going to keep you updated, because we are on the first line of the trying to convince the government what is the best for the business and for them by itself. The next thing, the logistics. Now it's really important to know what you need, how long it's going to take to come, and no matter if you have fantastic business, you can really get stuck without being on stock. This is because we are not only buying on the regular way. Now we are buying and we are selling as much as it possible. We are selling over the mobile phones. We are ordering over the mobile phone. We are sending the mails. We are accepting them. We are grouping them. We are using the kiosk. We are using in-shop sales. We're using the call centers, and we are really selling everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, chats, friends, OLX. Nobody wants to miss a sale, but it's really bad when you don't calculate properly the delivery time from Italy, and you have a numbers of orders, and the people should wait 2 weeks for cake. Come on, this is not possible. And I didn't name it because I don't like it, but it's here in the middle. This pictogram looks like a corona kind of virus with DNA inside. We should live with it. And this already pushed us to a digital transformation. If we want to survive, if you want to be successful, if you want to be virus independent and walk down not killing us, we should be fast, smart, and we should be everywhere. We should not miss a sale, and we should not leave unsatisfied customer. And yes, there is something that I put on the left. It's always hot, and it's always been a trend. Don't forget the taste of the coffee. Don't forget to get a pencil and paper and write what is important, because we believe that what we are sharing, this is not only valuable for us to share with you, but you can share also with your friends and your business partners. So I was thinking from where we are doing business now. Before we were doing business from the offices. Now we are doing businesses from the offices if you don't have the internet, but mostly we are doing business now from everywhere on the earth. But Earth is not enough anymore. After SpaceX launched their business craft delivering commercial flights to space station, I believe that we are also doing a commercial and trading from the space. Okay, we are just on the Earth orbit, but we should get the idea that we are doing business everywhere. Yes, with the life forms that we know. Jumping from this universe, then we are jumping to the universe of the products. And you're going to understand why I'm not going to talk about the Zucchetti products and the universe. Why we're not going to discuss the retail solution only from TCPOS or from the earpiece like Mago and Infinity HR from Zucchetti. Because the products are so much that we cannot put them on a screen. This is just the elements of the digital tools that we are using to transform our business from classical to digitally classical, which is digital transformation. We need to grow our core by adding benefits, and we need to exchange the DNA. And we always should think about the omni-channel functionality. If you're talking about the sales prospect and sales possibilities, I like this slide because it really shows how we can sell to the end customer, and not only sell to them, but if you see the slides that I put here, the upper green side, this is the web thing that we're doing. We're communicating over the website, we're selling over the social media, we're selling over the emails, but just if you're broadcasting messages and you're getting orders, this is not enough. This is not a digital transformation. This is just changing the presentation screen. If you're going to talk about digital transformation, we should talk about the constant communication. It means that we should measure the feedback. We should measure the satisfaction. This is what we should do always. Not only sell, but also get the feedback. On the red one, the mobiles, it's not only interesting to order by your phone. It's good to know that you have a dedicated application, that this application works for you, that protects you also on the scope of the GDPR, that it's secure enough, that you can switch from mobile to a web and back, And also the geofencing and the eye beaconing, it's not anymore a magic. If you're having the reason to go every morning passing next to the sweet shop on the Shishman Street, but you are starting not to go there on a week, when you just pass the application to ping you, say, hey, Yasen, what is going on? We are missing you in our sweet shop. Come on and get a coffee, and you're getting a free bakery. So we need to constantly communicate. And then when you're talking about the on-store experience, the old cash register is not dead. But now when you're talking on distancing, keeping the isolation, being able to work even when there is less people, this is where we should put the normal pause to talk about the self-ordering kiosk, because you're ordering and collecting. You can go to mobile till, so you can offload the queues and offer the fast services. The loyalty is the best now, because if you're giving discount, it means that you are giving a chance your loyal customers to spend their money in somebody else's business, and they're not coming back to you. And the customer monitors, why you need to get everybody stuck on the cash registers and spreading and breathing the air, when we can shift them gently in front of the customer monitor screens, when they can see are their orders ready, or when they're going to be ready, or when they're purchasing in the supermarket and they get a bottle of Prosecco and let's say mineral and sparkling water, and they can say, hey, what about the Aperol? So this is, we are selling non-stop, and the new digital transformation over the omni-channel, when the new business is starting, it's modified to this. Before it was keep the customer satisfied, have the customer relation. It's not anymore like this. It's sell non-stop and keep the relation always hot. So we can get deep dive, but I really would like to ask you, take this picture. If you're having a sales to end customer on B2B, check from which of these channels you're selling now. And if you're missing some, rethink your business to get on them, because this is how the classical friendly shop can become a digitally transformed solution without losing the look and feel. Then this solution should step on the fundamentals of solutions and the way that we're doing the technology. Yes, you can buy a garage kind of solution. You can get something which is crafted for the Bulgarian market. But if you want to be free for travel, and your business can grow whatever it's the best for him, you should feel that the environment is ready for them. You should be able to choose cloud or on-premises, because in cloud, you're not thinking about the IT, and you don't need the IT ninjas. You need a company who has experience everywhere. And you know it more than me probably, then every region has their specifics. The Balkans are specific, the Bulgaria is specific, the Italy is specific, the North and South Italy is specific. If you go to Serbia, it's totally different. So the experience, it's important. And then we're talking about the features. If you have the features, then we know that the things are going to be able to happen everywhere. Yes, where we are coming, the retail division into the Zucchetti, we have a Swiss element inside. So like the Swiss clocks, we are ticking very carefully and very properly. The scalability, you can have a single shop, multiple brands, or you can have an enterprise. And the Zucchetti products are good for you, but don't think only for the Zucchetti products like this. When you're getting the solution, again, check, are they code-based? Did the company has experience everywhere? Is it scalable? Is it able to reduce your cost? And is it able to provide the omni-channel? Because if you're investing in solution, which is expensive like hell, the only thing probably that's worth to invest in this is a sport car. But the software that you're working with every day, it should be able to reduce your cost of operations. So this is this slide here, the previous one, and this one here. We are advising to have them and to use them as a questionnaire to yourself to qualify how digitally I'm converted. And if I would like to have a single thing that you need to remember from my presentation today, if you're going to become a digital company and if you're going to convert your experiences from only physical to digital, because you'll need to forget the physical side, you're not looking for the product, you're looking for a solution. And the solutions means all this kind of stuff, including competencies, local language, support, consultancy, and trust. And this is why I'm going to talk about the solutions. I was asking again myself, okay, what I'm going to talk, what are the elements of the business? And I started with the initial hexagon in the middle. So there is probably sales, depending from where you would like to see the business. You can start from the different points, but we can start from the sales. Yes, when you have the sales, then definitely you're going to have production for the materials and the stuff that you're going to use by themselves, or you're going to order them. If you have a production, again, you're having the ordering and logistic. If you're having the ordering and logistic and production related to what you're going to sell, then you also need to think about the supply chain and the resource planning. Because as we mentioned in the beginning, and it was a clear example about the COVID times, if you're successful, but you're not planning properly your supply chain, then you're getting on short, and then somebody is getting your position immediately. And you're losing not only market, but you're also losing the customers, because the new one is able to provide them what they need immediately. But if you're having a production and sales and ordering and logistic, I suppose you also need humans, because you're in the food industry. And then we are talking about the human resources and shift planning. And when you're talking about the humans, you're going to see later that now we're talking about the anti-epidemical measures. So we should be smart. The fines are high, the reputation is really at risk. So we're going to tell you some hints coming from the reality. And this is not enough. We are able to provide you, and if you're looking for a complete solution, you should not forget your accounting and on your finance, and you should be able to make the analysis. And now with the VAT, you're going to feel how important it is when you have the 9% VAT, and on the 10th of June, you understand how much VAT you should get from the government and how much you should pay. This is already late. If you're getting in a digital transformated business, your VAT diaries should be close to the real time. And this is possible. This is not a magic anymore. This is just an experience. And then I was thinking, okay, with ordering, can we make a new hexagon around it? Yes. For all of this element, we can put the hexagons, and we can grow and we can complicate or we can simplify our business. But the initial hexagon in the middle is driving the 6th element of the modern business, and all of them, they can also be extended and converted into digital environment. And if this is the real life business, then this is the process in the real life business. You have the HR, because even if you don't have an employee, you're working by yourself. So anyway, you're a human, you're not only business owner. Then you have a sales, then you can sell on site, and you can sell online, or you can say on the go. Because even when you're traveling and you get the online or on-site order, you can just stop the bus and sell it, or you can have your food truck. Yes, then there we have the nasty fiscal requirements, and they're really a nightmare. You need the inventory management. You need material resource planning. Yes, you have the finance. And when you're talking about the HR, you need access to restricted areas. Probably you need the temperature control and face control for the masks. You need time control, because now the time is money. And when you have the people who is working remotely, it's probably a good idea to see, are they really clocking in and clocking out, or they're just sleeping on the conference calls, muted. Shift planning is a must if you're having a production. And if you want to keep isolated teams that they're not going to spread the infection, then you also need to be very smart not to mix the people. In Bulgaria, we are multi-religious and multi-ethnic, but we are having projects where you should try also to avoid the mixing of the religions if they're not working good in the same environment. Or you should have always somebody who is having the course of first aid or fire distinguishing. So it's important. And on the health control, yeah, okay, you can put somebody with a electronic temperature metering on the door and you can scan the temperature. But what about having these cameras on the access control? So if you're not well enough, it's not only checking of your pass and card, but also checking some of your identical metrics. And we can work on mobile and desktop. So this is all the processes. And then on the top, you can put the reporting, which is the table kind of reports. Or you can use the BI, which is the modern way of dashboarding and pie charts, which the managers like a lot. Some questions that we need to ask yourself to see how we are digitally transforming. Are we fast enough? Are we integrated enough, or we have a number of people who are transferring the invoices from one system to another, or somebody is writing on a notebook and then he's entering into the HR, or when somebody wants a vacation, he's running around the factory, or if he has a temperature and drinking analgin, then the whole factory is going to be closed in 5 days. Do you have a real-time cost analysis? Because what I know from a trader is that not the missing of the incomes is killing the business, but the uncontrolled expenses are doing this. Now, digital transformation means to know how much is the cost. And in the end of the month, to redistribute all this cost for employees, for cars, for hiring, for renting again, to see are you on plus or you're going to be minus in the end of the year. Can you plan carefully, product deliver on the demand of the customer? And I really like this question. Are you physical? It means that you're not kind of electronized at all. Are you analog? It means that you're using the classical method of digital devices. Or you're just digital, which if you're not doing it, then you're going to fall out from the market, unfortunately. And you know, I'm a big fan of Italy, because I know that Italy looks, feels, and tastes on a unique way. And this is because of the Italian people. And I have hundreds of stories to say about how much I'm enjoying the country. So what I would like to say, keeping in mind that we are somehow connected in heart to Italy. Don't taste the change of the human look of your business. Just digitize this part that can leave you more time to focus on this. Because the great story is if you're having time to be humans and to communicate and to bring the value. The digital just need to support us. And it's a perfect example is that if you leave your accountant to have a digital interface between the selling system and the inventory and the accounting, so they're not going to spend their time entering the initial documents, but they're going to focus on the cost, the reason, the optimization, on the balance and the finance. And they're going to say, hey, Pier Francesco, probably if we change this supplier, we can get a better delivery times and we can get a better cost. Or this product is a little bit more expensive, but we have less waste from it. So from the digitalization has a reason to give us time to be the best on what we're doing. I hope that the presentation is going well. Yes. How is it, Rosa?
It's perfect. Yeah. Let's continue. I think let's continue, and then
okay.
I have as well some answers, some questions to submit to you.
Yeah. Okay. When we need to stop and to answer the questions, just let's do it. Okay.
I think at the beginning, exactly at the end of your speech, it's the presentation. It could be easier also.
Okay.
For you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move then and keep the tempo and not lose the auditory. So why to become a digitally transform when you can be classically unchangeable? A good example is dinosaurs. Yeah, they're famous, but they were not adaptable. And here are few reasons. You need to be able to address the consumer needs in the future and to be fast. You need to be able to adapt to the changing landscape and to maximize the value of the respective business, because it's not anymore necessary to have your current business. You should get extra value from it because you are working a lot to get it. Personalized product offering is what makes the difference. And you know it very well. When you go to the local shop in your neighborhood, in the mother country, the person there knows you. He knows your family, he knows your history, and he knows what you're eating in Friday. But he's always offering you extra stuff. But if you want to go global, don't forget to do this in the internet on the digital channels. We should be integrated, because the integration is bringing information. The information is being able to take fast solution and not to spend time and lose yourself into the supply chain. And unfortunately, if you're missing the digital transformation, you have more cost to keep the business if it's going to grow. You're going to need more time because you're going to have less information. Unfortunately, the others are faster and the markets are going to be shrinked, so they're going to get less. And again, when I'm talking, I'm remembering something that I watched on the Netflix. China is starting to produce wine. For me, as a European and fan of the wine from the south and north of Italy, this is crazy. But they're using the knowledge, they're using the information, they're utilizing the experience, and they're starting to sell in Europe. We are never going to produce such a quality. I mean, we are always better, but this is an example. So we need to track what is going on. So the question, what can become digital? The bottle of wine or spaghetti, or a factory for clothes, or the shop for dresses, or a handmade suit? No, it's not possible to become digital. But what we can become digital? Self-ordering kiosks. What are and what they're doing? You're boosting the revenue. You're engaging the people with the interface, and if you're not aware, the kiosk can follow your, subconscious thinking. They can track where you're moving left to right, what is the hot zones, what are you looking, but simply the things can look so tasty that you cannot resist them because it's a full HD screens. Half a meter big pasta screen. You can see the smallest detail of basilico, or you can use it to see how the dress is going to stay on you because you're not able to go and to change yourself into the dressing room. Or if you want to see how this hat is going to look on you on a virtual background, again, the kiosk can help you. The kiosk can send information to kitchen automation. So you can order your stuff in the middle of the shopping mall, and they can go upstairs in 15 minutes and they can get their food without waiting. This is again important in the current situation. Brand awareness. It's a moving advertising. And if it's hot outside, it's advertising a drink and shirt and slippers. If it's cold, they're offering you a jacket and a hot tea. And it's a global solution. You can use it everywhere in each country. You can pay cashless. You don't need to spend time to collect the cash and put it in the pockets. Fast and furious. Order, desire, pay, go and get it up. The second thing, as I mentioned, when I'm saying for the ordering point, everything which has a screen is an ordering point. Your watch, your phone, your desktop, your car, probably, if you're having a connected screen, everything. But you should have a system which is able to collect the orders and to track the delivery. And okay, I can order whatever it is. I can order the quotes, or I can offer the fruits, or I can offer the food, or I can order whatever I want. But because I order it digitally, I'm curious to see how it's going, where it is. Oh, it's in Romania, or it's passing Croatia. In 2 days, I'm going to have it. It's an excitement. You're keeping the relation with customer. He's non-stop coming to your website. If he ordered the food, he's also coming there. And yes, you can tell him, order a beer now, and you're going to get it on 30% less. Non-stop keeping the relation. So order and delivery. You're ordering, we're delivering, and keeping the constant. Geolocalization, multi-payment, whatever type of payment you have. You can pay partially for prepayment, or you can pay later. And yes, we can together design with you the ordering model. Web order and delivery is also click and collect. If they're with around you, because I didn't see the participants, if there is somebody with a sweetery or a coffee shop, you don't need 50 square meters to sell a good coffee and a breakfast in a business building. You need 15 square meters, and you need to prepare the coffee 3 minutes before person arrives to your location. So you can have this place so they can order, they can click and collect, and when they go back to home, they just again click and collect the food, so it's going to be ready for them. If you have a business as a conference room, or you have a cantina, or you have a conference room, you can order. So the food is going to come to your meeting room, or for the cantina, if you pre-order, you're going to have 10% discount if you pre-order before. It's really automation. It's a usability. And when the people are start to use this, they're getting connected. So you should try to keep them not disconnected from there. Another thing, e-commerce and mobile. When you're designing the e-commerce website, it should be always responsible design, because the people are changing their moods. If they're at home, they're ordering from the computers. If they're on the go, they're ordering from the phones. If it's a touristic industry, it's also mobile. So e-commerce is really a natural extension of the business channel. And for us, it's one of the solutions that we're providing. We can integrate to the existing web shops, or we can build a future web shops which are integrated to your existing solution. The widgets are very important. You're browsing the Facebook, you're browsing the websites, you're having the cross-reference campaigns. I'm selling wine, you're selling dresses. You can share also the screen and widgets, and these things can be really next to each other. 360 flexibility, multi-language, multi-currency. When you create one shop, don't stay only to one country. In Bulgaria, you can say sell to Greece, Romania without issues. I suppose that small parcels you can also send to Serbia, because one of the carriers are traveling to there. And if you create it for multi-language, this is the same. You see how the big brands are working. And if you have a good looking and usable Italian site, just make it multi-language. If you don't have it, we can help you. Also, all the documents that you're issuing, they should be again multi-language and multi-template. Because if you're operating from a single environment who is digitally transformed, if you're delivering to Bulgaria, the document should be one. If you're delivering to Italy, it should be other. It's no important where is your logistic point. It's an important that you're driving your business. And yes, same articles, you're selling them everywhere. Okay, you probably can repack them a little bit or run a promotion, but it's not a huge difference. Scheduling. The people was always important, but now they're becoming more expensive. Also, there is an issue to make them work reasonably from time to time. So we are able to integrate the shift management with our post stations, and we are also able to introduce the shift planning on the smart way. It means that we know how much you are producing or how much you are selling and how much people you need to generate a reasonable amount of money or quantity of the items, so, and how much machines you have. So we can say, hey, you're over planned or you're under planned. And now with the COVID topic, imagine that 3 people are getting you. So you need to be able to replace them immediately. But you cannot replace them with the people from the previous shift. And you cannot replace them from the people who are in the risk zone. So you should be able to send a message to all of them. We are needing this kind of people, so they should subscribe immediately. If you subscribe now, you're getting 10% top of your salary, because in the other way, your production is going to stop. If you create a network of related companies, you can extend this to a HR pool of people even. They come in, they click out, they go out. If you don't want to click them out, you're just attaching them as beacons. So then when they're working into the store, they're getting certain amount. If they go to work on the ramp, they're getting benefits. If it's -10 outside, you're getting them extra money, but you're not a person who is trying to convince them to work. You're just tracking where and what they're doing. The simple thing for tracking performance is a clock in and clock out. But we can understand are they next to the machine or they're not. And the AI is doing a good job. It can offer you the shifts, but you can confirm and just can agree. The ERP. It's fantastic that we have here Cvetan. And this is why I was wishing to have him nearby, because in Bulgaria, we are good in the software. But if you don't have the experiences, you're not able to produce the fantastic product. We are bringing the benefits of the ERP that we're having all over the world here, and Cvetan is doing the 15 years ERP by Zucchetti in Bulgaria. So Cvetan, can you just share a few words about why the ERP is important and what makes it different in general?
Okay. And till now you talk about digitalization, collecting data, connecting people, connecting business, and at the end we have to collect all this information in one point, in one database, in order to elaborate it together, to analyze it together. So the ERP is the core of all collected data, which we can use it and analyze it. What do you mean? I don't think that we need to talk about a lot of ERP, because till now everybody are well educated already for ERP solutions, and everybody wanted to have it, let's say. But today is more than important to be already implemented. So the ERP today is not so difficult to have it as was before. Today everything is already digital, already connected, so it's not anymore such difficult to have our ERP.
Can I say it like this? If 5 years ago the ERP was only for the top 500 Fortune companies,
yep.
Now it's for anybody. It's cloud-based. You can get all you need. You should look for a reliable one. It's increasing your performance. You should not forget that we're talking about digital transformation, internationalized business, and you can run it on every display. Tablet, kiosk, tablet, desktop, or phone. So now the ERP is an everyday tool. And what is the difference between, for me, from the ERP to the normal and let's say the stock control and stock management system? The ERP is an integrated solution. So it means that it's driving all the data into single place, which is automatically producing the accounting and also the finance. And you're aware of your business on the tip of your fingers. Don't afraid. Switch from stock control to ERP. It's easy. I'm going to jump to the next slide. Thanks, Svetan. We have really an expert here on the ERP side. So if you have any in-depth question, also with the fiscalization and other topics, we can explain. Yes, again, we are supporting all the languages, and we have a native Italian speaker in the team.
And not only the languages, but even reclassification. So the difference between fiscalization in Bulgarian, in Italian, or German fiscalization. Let's say that coming from Italy, you feel like at home, opening your local business.
Sorry, you can switch on your video, please.
Sorry?
The video, it's missing.
Oh, exactly, sorry for interrupting.
Okay. So I was talking not only the language, but even the fiscalization reclassification. So coming from Italy, you see all your data as you habituate to see it.
Can you say some example of it? Because I really would like to see Italian word here.
Okay. The Bulgarian and Italian balance is completely different things.
Okay.
But you have reclassification, you can read your company, how is it, or according to how you habituate to see in Italian. So
okay, so you have an Italian look of your Bulgarian business.
Yep.
And yeah, if you're Bulgarian, you can see how
as you have a local report for external things.
Okay, okay. Thanks. I mean, I know what is it, but yeah, you're the one that dive into the accounting and balances and all this kind of stuff. Another topic. Did you heard about COVID-19? Did you hear about the distance, about the control, about the access, about the health, about the number of people per square meter, about the measures, about how much people you can let in or out? Did you trust your employee? Generally, yes. Are you going to be fined if you have more than 7 people in your shop, or you have more than 50 people in your restaurant, or if you have somebody without a mask in your factory? Okay, you can put a big guy with a bald hair on the entrance and say, where is your mask and what is your temperature? You're not allowed. No, this is offensive. We can put cute Italian design solution. You're coming, you're putting your card, you're entering your code. Then we say, can we see your face? You don't have a mask, sorry. Put it and get in. And we can measure your temperature. So we're not going to record it because the GDPR is not giving us the permission to record your personal data regarding the biometrical features. We're not going to store the picture of the person. But we're going to say, Svetla is trying to get 5 times without a mask and Dimitar has a temperature. Okay, we're not going to let them in. But even if Dimitar is drinking Analgin, we're going to know about this. Because he was coming with a high temperature a few times and now he's cheating. So what is doing the access and health? We have the digital assistant, day and night non-stop. We have the trust and be aware. So it means the machine is following the rules and they don't have friends. It's a high performance because you can scan 10 people per minute. And it's really important for the shops that when you have the number of people more than what is the law, it's going to say, stop. It's international. If you're Italian by language, it's going to talk to you by Italian. If you're Bulgarian, it's going to talk to you Bulgarian. If you're not able to read, it's going to show you a picture. We need to communicate. This is international language, and we should not discriminate anybody. Because if we're social community and we have the people who are not able to hear, we should show them a sign. I will tell you a story in the end about one of our projects because I really remember about it. And it's multi-platform. Again, you should not be restricted. So this is something smart and cute and interesting. And as you see, we are showing multiple ways that you can digitalize your business. Sales, order and delivery, POS, ERP, web, access, health. This is a digital transformation. And I know that we like the cash. But the question is there a way to have the cash, but not touch it with hands? Because the virus is standing, and becoming like the guys from the TV. Don't touch the money, there is 12 days where the virus is standing on them. Okay, you can drop them in the cash. You know this from Central Europe. But it's also available in Bulgaria. The one on the left is a cash acceptor or cash recycler that you can put in the shop. The other two is if you have order and delivery buses and you don't want to have somebody to collect the money from them, so you're throwing them inside and they're directly putting the payment on your bank account. This is possible, and this is not a science fiction. Before I go to the references, I would like to tell you the story that I remember. It's about really digital transformation. We have a customer in Bulgaria which decided to get on his team the people who are deaf, they are not able to hear well. So they were working on the barista. And it seemed that these people are very loyal to him. So they're making a very good coffee. The only issue is that it's difficult for them to receive a verbal request for the types of the coffee that they're doing. Also, the printers, when it's very busy, they're not able to hear the voice, the noise of the printer and the bell which is ringing. So the question was how to increase their performance and make them feel equal. And what we designed and how we call it is the iSense, because we created an extra sense for these people. We bring them screens on top of the barista stations. So what they're doing is they're just watching the barista stations, that they see what kind of coffee they should make, what are the flavors, what is the size, so they can make you a perfect coffee ristretto with no sugar. And they even know the names of the loyal, the flags of the loyal customers, so they know how George is drinking it. And I'm very happy because these people, through digital transformation, become one of the more stable and loyal employees. So this is a fantastic story where I would like to finish. We're not doing the digital transformation just because we're the IT hipsters. We're doing mostly for the humans. And we are waiting you there, so you're welcome. And because we are proud of what we are doing at Zucchetti, I would like to share with you some references. If you're Italian, then you know part of them. One of my favorite stories for the Costa ships. It's a very interesting project because usually the ships are offline, and one ship have about 300 cash registers or more. So they're like a moving mall. The last thing, when the divers came down to the ship and they was checking what is working, the only thing which was working was the TC post steel. So we're, no matter where we are with our customers and their business. You know, the white letter on the red font again, and some brands from Switzerland. That's always the customs in Switzerland. Reference in BG. We are not only happy to be internationally recognized, but we are also happy to be recognized in Bulgaria. If we have a customer here, it's going to be fantastic to say hi. And yeah, we are really happy with our customers. A fantastic story we have with the Baci Dolci. They're doing the gluten-free and sugar-free cakes. Yes, we have the Hellenic also, which are huge. Avanti, the electric donation company. The guys from the Trans are doing the waste management, and nobody of them is in the jail. So it means that you're doing a good business with them. So this is who we are. We are Zucchetti. We're chosen from our customers, and we are next to them. The TC Post is the retail chain and part. So if you're doing a business to the end customer, then this is where the business starts. And the Zucchetti products are building the universe. Thanks for overview. Oh, it's 54 minutes. The time is really flying out. But I was happy that I've been able to tell you everything that I was having in mind. Hope it was valuable. Rosa, we don't mind to share the presentation because it's like a checklist where I'm and how much I'm digital. Absolutely. So if there are any questions or I can be useful, feel free to ask in any language that you're able to support.
I absolutely, let me just underline that actually since the beginning you were stressing the human feeling beyond as well your IT solutions. I mean the IT solutions of Zucchetti, or our IT solutions were have to boost not just optimization of the customer experience, but particularly the, if I can say, the personal feelings of all involved in a business. I mean, starting from the leader, from the chef, from, I mean, all the hierarchy, you know, hierarchy and the staff of a business anyway. It was through your presentation. I mean, you closed your presentation with this great story. This great story, it's a really, but I think it's the best example, you know, to put in evidence how we can connect the human with the professional stuff, with the professional way of working, a way of manners. I mean, of acting in no matter countries, no matter environments, no matter field of sectors. Okay. So I think it was super exhaustive. Absolutely, I agree with you. We will share not just the registration of the webinar, but also your presentation, because it is even.
I hope it was not exhausting. It was more like exciting, but.
Yeah, well, it was exhaustive in these days. I mean, it's not today.
Yeah, you mean the was days? Yeah.
I'm going to ask you also costs of your IT solutions, but it's not the case. It's not the right moment to underline this, because afterwards it's a direct relationship with your customer. So this is the second step in a way. So I think it was, let's say, you focused on different aspects, giving the general review of Zucchetti, bringing, of course, an added value as well to the knowledge of our participants. Our participants, as I said you before, come from the financial institutions acting in Bulgaria, of the editorial and publishing sector, and I think they were really I mean, amazed to listen to your presentation. So let me just, if somebody would like to, I just remind, if somebody would like to ask question directly in the chat or in the Q&A answers. What I would like, if I can tell you something, or if I can ask you something.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
In Bulgaria, well, you know, we are in Bulgaria, of course, and we know the market. I mean, thanks to our business partners networks. But could you give us, let's say, in terms of percentage, the level, the dimension of digitalization of the private sector in Bulgaria? I'm asking you this kind of question because apart from I received your short biography. It's not just short; it's super big biography. So but I think it's a nice number that could give an idea also to the Italian companies interested in already based in Bulgaria. You know, to get better.
Rosa, I think that we are on the edge of the digital conversion in Bulgaria.
Okay.
What we are using currently, mostly, I could divide the market like this. Probably 10% of the companies in Bulgaria are now on the new track. And they start to do it 5 years ago, and they were not fast enough. Because if you're starting now the conversion, you can get next to them faster than before because technology is changed. So 10% did from before, 20% are probably already and converting currently, and another 30%, 40% probably are using the classical methods of using the computers as a calculators. So having a POS system or stock control system is not making you digital. If you don't have the integration, if you don't have the control, and if you're IT dependable from your vendor. So Bulgaria and in generally the old Europe, it's not digitally converted currently. And in the next 3 to 5 years, if you're not converted into supply chain and sales, you're not able to grow. Because everybody knows that when they lock down us in the houses, when they close the shops, if you don't have the digital channels for selling and advertising, you're dead. So the next lockdown can kill a huge part of the business. So let's be ready, not because of the fear, but because we know that it's useful. And I suppose it's the same in Italy. Yes, the accounting is digital and digitally converted. The access control, yes, and the HR.
Yeah.
But the small grocery shops, the sweet shops, they're just moving now. But they're going to move because the cloud is getting the thing simple. You don't need the servers, you don't need the ITs. You just need to complete some tables which are even smarter than Excel. So let's do it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's also a process that should pass by a program including, you know, also training people, having.
This is the awareness. We are also doing, when you're getting digital, you should keep in mind the cybersecurity.
Yeah.
When we're doing this conversion, we are also supporting the office digitalization, document backup and security with normal tools. We're not talking about the science fiction. We just help the customers to do the things by themselves. Yesterday, we created a small Excel table plus reporting for a catering company who have 60 people to feed them on the catering. So we make for them a digital solution for one day and then throw all the papers away. But this is how we should work together. And with this 9% of VAT, if you're owner of the restaurant or you're selling prepared food, be very careful. Because if you get on minus, then it's going to be late. The minus with the VAT, I mean, that the government should return to you.
Of course, and I think that you also give an interesting advices to our participants regarding particularly the fiscality side. I don't know if Svetan would like to add something. We are absolutely on time. We have 3 minutes already beyond 5 o'clock, but I don't want to continue. I mean, to give the floor to the participants, and in case the participants are a little bit shy, absolutely do not hesitate to contact Yasin Tanev from Zucchetti Bulgaria, and we are, as Italian Chamber of Commerce, at your disposal for any kind of issues. Is supporting, I mean, the relationship with our member, but it doesn't need any kind of support, Yasin, because it's super business oriented in a way, and it's great. Sailor, if I can say, sales marketer, if I can call you like this, but it's important, I mean, to give the great to transfer the awareness about, you know, about the
Rosa, you know me from the beginning when I was becoming a member, and what I told you is, if you're becoming a member of community, you should share with them your knowledge and your value. So we are trusting in the chamber. We are feeling secure in this environment, and it's going to be more than happy to support the members exclusively and with priority, because this is how we're having the family. And Zucchetti is a family name.
Yes.
Yes, so we are part of the family.
Grazie, Yasin.
Grazie mille.
And last thing, I just want to, so thanks a lot also, Svetan, for your time. I know that you are so busy, and I really appreciate your time and your availability to join us with Yasin as well. So let's continue. Let's close the meeting for today, our webinar. I will invite all of you for the next one we are going to have on 18th of June. As you mentioned the e-commerce. Okay, we are speaking next week about the legal aspects of how to use e-commerce with our partners, Dimitrov, Petrov & Co. So do not hesitate to join us and to invite your clients or your partners or your friends as well to continue staying in touch with us.
It's always good to have a good legal.
Exactly, absolutely. Okay,
Okay.
grazie a tutti per
Bye. Thank you very much for the
Thank you.
invitation.
Bye-bye.
It was great to be a part of the event. Ciao.
And don't be shy. You can ask whatever you need to know.
Yeah, but I see that there is no, I mean, we send a lot of information, so we are here to respond whatever is needed. Thanks. Great weekend. And
buon weekend a tutti e grazie ancora. Arrivederci.
Ciao.